my restream, hoping that it's going to work a little bit better than yesterday. I definitely haven't got a close-up of myself this time. I'm trying to keep a fair distance. I call it Technique Tuesday because I'm going to try and show a little technique, probably a simple one. Well, it will be a simple one today because I'm a bit short on time. I'm a bit late posting this live or doing this live. I've got a big class to prepare for tomorrow and I'm still working on it. So I thought I would just do a quick one. And I am using Wink of Stella tomorrow quite a lot. So I thought, why not showcase the technique of using Wink of Stella? And I've got comments up this time so I can see. Someone says good afternoon, but I don't know who it is. So that's the next thing I've got to tackle. It's a mystery Facebook user. I don't know who you are, but good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. So I'm getting better at it. I don't really know who's watching. I can see a couple of people are there. So thank you. Thank you for joining me and wish me luck. Okay, so now I'm going to flip over again. Don't remember how I did that. That's hilarious, isn't it? Okay. Let me have a look. It's different than yesterday. So, okay, there we are. Okay. So straight into, hang on. Okay, it's easy to push a button wrong. Okay, so you can see it's the right way up. You can see my desk, you can see the mess, you can see my cup of tea, you can see everything. I will get better at this. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can do a bigger picture. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I don't know what happened then. Okay, stop trying to be so fancy. Oh, Talia, I can see half of your message. Thank you, love. Okay, so here we go. Here is Stella. I call her Stella. And it's a bit of a funny joke. This is how it comes, okay? For those who have never opened a Stella or don't even know what Wink of Stella is, it is a beautiful glitter pen, glitter brush, and there's so many good things about it. So I'm going to show you from scratch how to use this product, or one of the ways to use this product. I will give you other tips later. There are instructions here what to do, so you can always follow them, or you can watch me. So when you first get it, it's in a it has this black band. So the lid is a pull off. It won't twist. It's a pull off and on lid. And this little band has to come out. So unscrew it. And that's the little black band that you can now throw away. You don't need that anymore. This is full of your Stella liquid, I call it. There's a little spike in here. What you need to do is pierce open that bit. It's just like opening ointment, you know, medicine for your skin and things like that. So screw it on tight. Now that's pierced it. Give it a good shake because you want to mix all the goodness in there. And this is the fun bit. You always need a wet one. Well, I do. But you just keep squeezing here where it says push. And you want to see it fill up in this little canister. Now, I did a little Instagram demo this morning, and it was hilarious because it was so fast. I don't even know. I just got a wet one. Hang on. I don't even know if it people could understand it. It was so fast. I did it at 4:30 in the morning, so I guess I wasn't quite all there. Okay, so I've got my little wet one ready. because I always make a mess with this. Some people are very good at it. Okay, so we give it a squeeze. I'm sorry if this is what everyone knows how to do, but there's always someone who doesn't. And you've got to be patient because they go, it doesn't work, it's broken. See, that's dry. You do have to work it a little bit, and you really have to, you can start see it starting to come now. Oh, and there we go. It's out. So sometimes, it's always messy when it starts for me. I don't know. If anyone's got a good tip, I can't read comments. It's too small on my phone. There must be a better way with this restream. Seriously. The amount you have to pay for it. It's a good tool, but not user-friendly, that's for sure. Okay, so there we go. We've got, can you see the colour? Now that's concentrated because it's just coming out quite. I don't normally have this much trouble. Okay. I think we've got action now. So before you put it on your project, always test it on paper. Oh, okay, there we go. Now we've got it. Can you see it's on the brush now? There we go. Okay, we're going to carefully put that in the bin. Okay. Right. Okay, so we have our Stella. Right. I think I'll put the lid back on her for a minute. Now I have another one that's opened this morning. So I've opened 2 today. How about that? Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to play with the Flight of Night stamp set. This may not have caught your attention because it's in the back of the catalogue. Okay, it's on the very back. It's on page 172. So it's called a host reward. And there's at the moment in every catalogue, if you go to the back, you'll find them. So at the moment there's 2 in this catalogue. There's Calm and Quiet and there's Flight of Night. Now the prices are cheaper than your average stamp set. So the Flight of Night is only $25. Where is it there? So it's only $25, and the only time you can purchase it is if you make an order, put an order in over $250. So here's the little sales graph. So $250 doesn't say you're eligible to get this, but, and it doesn't actually say it here either. It's not very clear, is it? But that's the rule, okay? And you can't add it to your you can't add it to the first page of your order. You have to wait for when you've earned your stamping rewards, and it will say you have 25. If you've spent $250, it will say you've earned $25 stamping rewards. What do you want? There you go, $25. I want that. Okay, and you pump in this number. There it is. So that's how you get it. So you always have to order it in your stamping rewards. So, and it is basically free. So that's how that works, okay? And sometimes I like the host stamps and sometimes I don't. And it was actually Talia, one of my team members, who caught my attention to it because I looked at it and I thought, ooh, moths, ooh. And how many times have we had butterflies and we just don't want to look at butterflies anymore? So I thought, you know what? I'm going to get some moss. And I'll show you what I've done. I've stamped a collection of them already in my favourite new black, which is not black, it's Pebbled Path. I love this colour. I love it. I've used it for so many things now. So I've stamped them and I've fussy cut them out. Or I don't want to be naughty and tell you, but I'll use my scan and cut. But we won't talk about that. And I've got 2 of the same here. So I've used, which one have I used? I've used this guy. And it is a two-step stamping. I don't particularly like doing two-step stamping. I can never line it up. I'm hopeless. So I've decided I'm not going to do that. I'm going to, when I say that, it means see these shadows here, they fit into the wings and they can look stunning, and I'm sure it will when I've got time, but I'm not doing that today. I'm just going to colour them in my own way. I've got this little tip. If you want to keep this page clean or reasonably clean, cut one of your mats in half or fold it in half and use that as your dirty sheet. Okay, so I'm going to use Coastal Cabana, one of my faves, and Balmy Blue for this. And you will need, well, this is for a card I am making in the class tomorrow. For this particular card, you will need two pieces, two moths. That's an awful name, isn't it? Moth. Okay, so I'm using my, make sure I've got them for the right colour. I'm going to start with the Balmy Blue. Now, I'm not going to make the whole card because I've already made it. And I have to make it another one to do a video tutorial on it, because people who can't make the class, I'll have a video tutorial, and I'll also be selling packs of this class card kits for those who do want to come and know they have enough tools. And also you will need the stamp set and maybe other stamps, and there definitely other stamp sets, because I won't just be using this stamp set. But you're welcome to let me know if you're interested in the card kits. There'll be 6 cards. Now, this is supposed to be Balmy Blue, but you can see there's a bit of green in there. But it doesn't matter because it's a moth. Okay, if it was a butterfly, I'd be devastated. Nothing wrong with the moths. And Coastal Cabana. And I'm sorry, I can't see or read any comments, but I'll read them later and probably have a giggle. Okay, so this is Coastal Cabana. Now, a little trick to this, start brushing away from the paint, off the thing, and then go up to the edge of the, gee, it's really dirty. I don't know why. It's the same colour. Okay, and go up to the edge. These are very different colours than I used today. Interesting. Oh, there it is coming through now. Depends on where the ink is on your brush and what you used the last time you used it. So when you get it on the brush, try and remember which is top or bottom, where to put the pressure. Okay, so I've tried to go dark on the outer edge and a little bit lighter up here. Tried. It's not easy when it's a big brush. You could probably use the smaller brush for this. Didn't think of that, did I? But I'm not, when you see the card, you realize it doesn't really matter. Okay. So now if this was watercolor paper, and I nearly did do it anyway, if this was watercolor paper, I would probably flick water on it and get some beautiful speckles, some white speckles. And you probably can do it on this. You probably can, but that's not what the card design is, so I'm not going to. Now, the blue's totally gone now, so that's a bit of a bummer. I might have to try and get it back in there again, because I do actually want a bit of blue in there. Come on, blue. Do your job. Okay. Look, somewhere in the world there has to be a blue-green moth. And if not, you know what? There is now. Okay. That's starting to look a bit better, isn't it? They will still want to be pretty. I did do some other ones, and I didn't like them. I'm not into, I like bright colours, I guess, even when it's supposed to be a more neutral coloured animal. Okay, so that's got a bit more colour and interest They're both, I'm happy now. Okay, so they can go to the side and ink can go to the side. And now we bring out Stella. And I'm a bit scared to use the one I just opened because it's just a bit of a train wreck, isn't she? Okay, we're going to give it a go. Start off. Whoa, that's pretty thick. Oh, no, it's not too bad. So you can do highlights with it and just highlight parts because, you know, moths and butterflies have that lovely shimmery thing on their wings. And so you could just do highlights. I don't know how well that's reflecting. And just maybe do the body and the front. I actually do the whole thing because I can. And there's no direction needed because this is the finest glitter in the world. It's beautiful stuff. And I love it. So we just keep colouring in. It dries pretty fast, but I wouldn't stick your finger in it. I'd wait till give it a minute. And treat the brush with respect, please. This is going to have another use. It's going to get repurposed when you've used up all your Stella juice, because you may or may not know a few Stella hacks. One of them is some people put glycerine back in here, and because there's still glitter left in the canister, put glycerine back in and a glycerine mix and remake the Stella juice. I don't do that. I actually fill mine up with water and then I have glittery water. But look at that beautiful fine tip. It's the best, finest tip brush for water painting I've ever used. So never, never, never throw out your Stella. She'll go on forever. And when the water runs out, refill it again. But that's another show. So we'll talk about that another time. So don't throw out Stella, and you can use up more than one easily. Okay, I'm going to not do the other one, but the purpose is to paint both with Stella. You can also, Stella is good for watercolouring pencils. It'll help spread the colour a little bit or intensify the colour, because once you wet watercolour pigments, they do melt a little bit. It's also good for painting with inks. So there's a whole lot of things you can do with it, and I'll show you other techniques another day. But this one was just your basic technique on how to add sprinkles and beauty to your work. So that was the basic. Some others I've made. I've done this moth. Looks a bit like a butterfly, doesn't it? But look at the shimmer on it. Stunning. And that was my first attempt. He's not shimmered, but that was my first attempt with the colours. And then I decided it looked too much like a moth, so I didn't like that one. And this one was a complete failure, but I kept it to share. I tried to paint that with water paint on normal paper and ink, and yucky. So anyway, just so you can see, you know, you've got to try a few. You've got to crack a few eggs to make an omelette. Okay, now I'll show you what I made. It's one of the cards for tomorrow. I won't be showing you how I made it because I don't have time, and it's sort of a bit of a giveaway if I show you and then ladies come to class. So, but there I have used 2 of the butterflies in there and some other stamp sets as well. And that's just one of the cards, because tomorrow's theme will be all about Night of Flight. So that's my show today. Thank you very much for watching, and have a lovely Tuesday night. And what's for dinner, everybody? You have to leave me a little note what you're having for dinner. I'll tell you what I'm having. I'm going to have chicken meatballs in something with something, and I can't remember what it is. But anyway, all right, loves. Take care, and thank you again for watching. I hope this is more successful than yesterday's show. And if all goes well, I'm going to try and come back tomorrow. Not sure what time for my Wednesday show. Okay, that's all for now. Take care. Bye-bye. And I'm still trying to work out how to turn it off. Hang on. must be an easy way for this.